Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Today we will take a look at the Great British Pound. Actually, it was a difficult choice because I thought maybe let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar, because there we also have interesting steps on the daily chart, on the monthly chart. But I will take a look tomorrow. Maybe if I will not see something interesting on the gold market, maybe I will replace the gold research by the New Zealand dollar research. So the Great British Pound situation is also very important right now, because it seems that the country has appeared as some kind of the black stripe, or I don't know how to call it, because in recent times was terrible events has happened in the United Kingdom. So it's 3 terrible attacks and terrorists in a row. The driving party has lost the lead in elections in the most unsuitable moment, where it's starting the negotiations with the European Union, and the Brexit process is coming. So the terrible fire in London. So it's just outstanding events, and something was really bad is happening right now there. So from that, on markets, it's also most investors and analysts expect further weakness in the United Kingdom currency, because there are some really fundamental problems with the household debts and in general the debt burden that stands with the really not impressive pace of the economy. And we also have the long-term bearish view on the Great British Pound, and we think then that by the December market could reach 112 area. So that's our next target on the long-term charts. But in the short-term perspective, it's really important moment exists. So I would like to go back to daily chart. Those of you who follow our analysis, especially weekly researchers, probably remember that actually we have prepared the research on the Great British Pound last time in the end of the May. So that's was the starting sessions for the June, and we said that the drop to the 126.40 area will be relatively painless for overall perspective, because mostly will be technical retracement. Here, guys, we also had the butterfly. If you remember, we have discussed this 161.8 butterfly has been completed, and we said, guys, this will be just the free retracement of this butterfly. It's not really big deal with it. But the most interesting will happen after that, because here, guys, we have the very important area that, in fact, the edge between the bullish perspective on the Great British Pound and bearish perspective. Speaking on the bearish perspective, it's relatively simple, because breaking of this area down, what in this case will happen? Market will return back in this consolidation. So if you will draw the line a bit more in horizon sphere, so you can see this really separates this consolidation, and the drop again inside of it will lead to downward continuation. This in fact will open road for bearish sentiment and for further extended targets to the downside. Also, this will be breakout of a strong confidence support and the former neckline of our hand-shoulders pattern that we have discussed here. And the dropping below the neckline on the hand-shoulders pattern will suggest dropping below the head. All in all, this will be actually reestablishing on the long-term bearish trend, speaking simple on this subject. That's why if you're searching for a bearish positions and you would like to take the short position here, you need to wait when the market will break it down. At the same time, as you can see, after elections, market has reached a very strong support area. This confidence, and take a look, this is actually daily average sold area. And here we've got this bounce up recently. And that has become the reason why we've got some pattern on the weekly chart, and this pattern calls as the bullish grabber. Theoretically, this grabber suggests the taking out of this top. and creates the chance on the further upward continuation. From a technical point of view, there are even some events and reasons why that supports this idea. Because, for example, we have this ABCD pattern. The target has not been completed. It's 1618 here on 3250. We have the larger butterfly here with the 1618 target also here. This also suggests this probably could happen. But from the perspective of the trading, I really have some doubts on this grabber, because it could become the product of mostly not as the intention of the investors to upward continuation, but just as the technical result of the testing of the strong area and reaching of the result. That's why we need additional signs and then some patterns that could confirm and bring us more confidence that probably really market could show this upward action. That's why if we'll take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart, what we have here. Actually, we have here the bearish consolidation. You could draw it as the wedge pattern as I drawn it, or you could draw it, for example, as the flag pattern. This really doesn't change the overall idea, because this mostly as the wedge, as this flag mostly is treated, at least theoretical, as the bearish continuation pattern. Overall price action inside of this consolidation also looks not really impressive. Personally, for me, it's not really attractive to take the long position when I see such kind of the action inside of the wedge, even despite this having another bullish grabber that suggests the taking out from the stop. That's why I think that the only chance, if you would like to take the long position here, you should wait for two possible scenarios. First scenario is some upward skyrocket action that will erase the election session, but definitely this could happen only by some external factor, maybe some data release, maybe some event should happen that could push Great British Pound really higher. In this case, yes, on some retracement, you could try to take the long position. Or, conversely, if market will form here some another pattern, for example, I have drawn it here, as you can see this butterfly would be formed. By this butterfly, yes, it will erase the weekly grabber, but by the butterfly, market will retest this trend line. And if even later market will break it down, the combination of the butterfly and trend line should provide some support and should trigger at least the 3-8 retracement. And that will be significantly much safer to take position in the current situation rather than trying to take the position, long position inside of this wedge pattern. That's why better to wait for appearing, for example, the butterfly around the trend line, taking position here, and some even minor retracement will let you move your stop to the break even and protect your position. That's my opinion. So that being said, speaking on the taking the short position, we need to wait the breakout here. It's clear. Speaking on the long position, as I said, we should wait either some impact of the external factor, driving factor that push market higher, or appearing of this butterfly around the trend line that at least could provide some protection to the position if you would like to trade it long. So that's our view right now on the Great British Pound.